right, good evening and welcome to Seattle, Washington. We got ourselves a great one tonight. WNBA basketball here at Key Arena. We welcome the viewers watching on Joe TV. We welcome those watching in Connecticut as well as the Seattle Storm take on the Connecticut Sun. It is Jewel Lloyd bobblehead night. The fans are ready to go. They got the baubles in hand, and they're going to watch two of the best teams in the WNBA. This should be a great matchup, Elise.
Yeah, if you like good basketball, then tune in tonight, and you're going to see two teams that love to run up and down the floor, put points on the board. Connecticut averages 92 points per game, which is number 1 in the league, and Seattle's number 2 at 88 points per game. They both like to run and gun, and it's always entertaining.
Seattle had a tough one the other night against the Chicago Sky, where it looked like Chicago was running away with this puppy in the end of the third quarter, and then Seattle used an unbelievable fourth quarter run. Their second consecutive 14-point deficit overcome against the Sky for another win, and their bench doing it as well.
Yeah, Chicago does not want to see Seattle anytime soon. To fall behind in 2 games by 14 points, only to lose, pretty frustrating. But Seattle won't give up. They just keep battling back. It's kind of been their MO in multiple games this season where they don't get off to the best start, but their bench in the second quarter has been good, and then Stewie taking over in the second half. 30 points, her season high. She was so good in that first half. She was on pace to have a career high, breaking that 38-point mark, but she was very good.
She needs a big night tonight. Give us your Carter Subaru keys to the game, Elise.
Well, when you're playing a team like Connecticut, you can't go on those droughts like they did against Chicago in the third quarter. You got to put 20 points up at least in every quarter. Rebound to run. Make Connecticut burn energy on defense. Make them get back. And then 3, their defense, like Connecticut, test them. Make them go out and be really concerned about the pick and roll with Jewel and Brianna Stewart and Sue Bird and Natasha Howard. And all those different places, make all 5 of them guard.
The WNBA family is deeply saddened by the passing of Ann Donovan at the age of 56. Inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 1995, Donovan had one of the most decorated careers in basketball history. As a player, Donovan started at Old Dominion University before earning 2 Olympic gold medals in the 1980s. Her incredible success in the game continued as a coach, where she added 2 more Olympic gold medals, including one as the head coach of the 2008 U.S. national team. She also served as head coach for 5 different WNBA franchises, earning a WNBA championship with the Seattle Storm in 2004. Her impact on women's basketball will never be forgotten.
The volunteers for King County Search and Rescue are heroes. These volunteers give up time with their family and hours on their job to go out on the call. They don't do this for themselves, but rather out of the goodness of their heart for complete strangers. When they go out on their rescues, they save lives. They saved mine.
Carter Subaru is proud to support King County Search and Rescue. Now get 0% financing only at Carter Subaru.
We want to invite you to bring your group to the hoop for an unforgettable experience. If you've got a sports team, birthday party, Girl Scout retreat, you name it, we're ready to help you celebrate at a Storm game. If you take advantage of one of our many fan experience packages, your kids can be a part of the action. How cool would it be for them to be part of the fan tunnel, the national anthem, or even the player introductions? Visit stormbasketball.com to learn more. We'll see you at the Key.
Oh, I switched to CenturyLink Internet. It's so awesome. There's no contract, and my price will never change.
Oh, they'll change it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Negotiation's over. Price won't change.
Yeah, it will.
No, it won't.
Yeah, it will.
No, it won't. Introducing CenturyLink Price for Life Internet with no rate hikes, no bundling needed, and no contract. Keep your rate as long as you keep your plan. Switch now at CenturyLink.com.
They did like a minor hearing test, like something they would administer at school, and I failed. So I look up all these things about hearing loss and I see like these huge hearing aids and I'm like, whoa, like I don't want to wear that. When I first went in for my appointment, my audiologist, she was actually wearing one herself. I didn't notice she had her hair down, and then she took it out and I was like, wow, like you have a hearing aid. And physically showing me that it wasn't as bad as I thought made me feel a lot better about it.
Storm basketball is presented by Swedish, the official medical care team of the Seattle Storm. Extraordinary care, extraordinary caring. And supported by Carter Subaru, planting a forest one test drive at a time in Shoreline, Ballard, and at cartersubaru.com. And BECU, the official credit union of the Seattle Storm. Jewel Lloyd averaging over 19 points per game and 5.5 boards this season. I sat down with her and she told me why she's playing right now at such a high level.
Probably turnovers. I think it's just because I'm a little bit more patient. Really been watching a lot of film and trying to figure out how teams are playing me. It definitely helps when you have Sue on the court. She's always saying stuff to you, and you're kind of learning from the best. So I think I'm just being really patient this year and kind of let the game come to me.
It's funny, the Mariners are the talk right now because they refuse to die and they're coming back. You guys have the same thing going. The game against Chicago for the second time this season, down by 14 points, you rally to win. What is it about this team that you can dig your way out of holes?
I think a lot of it is the crowd. We feed off their energy a lot, and when we get rolling, the crowd feeds in, and we listen to that, and it motivates us even more. But our team, I mean, we never feel like we're out of games ever. And the way we shoot the ball, the way we defend, I mean, we fight till the end.
This is going to be a really exciting game. It's the matchup of the night in the WNBA. Connecticut and you, two of the best teams in the WNBA so far. What is it that excites you about this game, about what you guys can prove?
Yeah, I mean, they've been a really good team. We're super early on. They were really good last year as well. We've always had really good matchups against them. I think they match up really well against us and are kind of similar in a lot of ways and different in a lot of ways as well. But we're excited to get on the floor, run, do what we do, and focus on us. This is a game where we really got to execute on what we want to do and control the tempo from the start.
A little bit of motivation as well. They swept you last year. You're gonna
yeah, exactly. You don't forget about that, right?
No doubt about it. Jewel, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's Jewel Lloyd. We'll send it back over to you.
Thanks, Alicia. Yeah, it was a little rough last year for the Seattle Storm against Connecticut. 3-0 were the Storm. Time now for your Road to Recovery, presented by Swedish. Alyssa Thomas doubtful for tonight with a shoulder injury. And Crystal Langhorn still out with that rib injury. And we add a member to the Road to Recovery that we haven't seen all year, Elise, and that's Jordan Canada. She went down with that tweak of the ankle, I guess a little more than a tweak of the ankle in the Chicago win.
Well, and I think because she's so dependent on her speed, and that's really what makes her such a dynamic player, that she needs to be close to 100%. I think as a rookie, get her back where she feels right.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups presented by Joe TV. First for the visiting Connecticut Sun, our old friend Shakina Strickland, former Seattle Storm draft pick. She's been kind of bouncing from the starting lineup to the bench, back to the starting lineup, and she's in the lineup today alongside Shine Agumake, Jonquel Jones, Courtney Williams, and Jasmine Thomas. And of course, for the Seattle Storm, their normal starting five, at least since the injury to Crystal Langhorn, of Alicia Clark, Brianna Stewart at forwards, Natasha Howard, and your guard tandem of Jewel Lloyd and Sue Bird. You know, looking at the stats, Elise, for the Connecticut Sun, it's interesting. They've really been doing it by committee scoring-wise. They have 0 players in the top 19 in scoring average in the WNBA, but they do it with masses. They do it with their great bench, and basically every single one of their starters is averaging double figures.
Yeah, they've got 6 different players averaging in double figures. Nobody more than 14.6 points per game, and nobody less than 10.1. So you can't, as a scouting report, focus on taking 1 or 2 players away. Seattle, every time they play, it's take away Brianna Stewart, take away Jewel Lloyd, make the other ones beat you from that scoring perspective. For Connecticut, it's way harder because you take Jonquel Jones away, and all of a sudden, you've got Shine Agumake going off, or you've got Alyssa Thomas. But for Seattle, they get a break today because it looks like, even if she can play, which she's doubtful, but Alyssa Thomas, who is their leading rebounder, and that's the big thing, is you can't score if you can't defensive board and get moving the other ways. It's tough, and she's averaging almost 10 per game. She's number 2 in the WNBA in boards.
Storm at 7-3, tied for their 3rd best start after 10 games in franchise history after that second big-time comeback of the year against Chicago on Tuesday. They're number 1 in field goal percentage at 47%, number 1 in three-point percentage at 36%, number 1 in points off turnovers with 19 a game. But oh, Connecticut They are 7-2 themselves, number 1 in the WNBA, and they lead in some categories as well. They are the number 1 scoring team in the league at 92 points a game. They're number 1 in offensive rebounding. I mentioned they don't have a lot of big-time scorers. They've got 4 of the top 18 rebounders in the WNBA, all on one team, where you got Thomas, who's not playing tonight, Agumake, Williams, and Jones all in the top 18. And Kurt Miller, their head coach, he's done a very, very nice job since coming to Connecticut. All right, we're ready to roll. It's Jonquel Jones and Brianna Stewart, 2 of the best bigs in the league, battling for the tip. And it's won by nobody yet. Finally, the Connecticut Sun.
Got tipped all the way around before finally the Sun come up with it.
There's Courtney Williams with it. Now top side to Thomas, also a former member of the Storm. A couple in this starting lineup have cut their teeth with the Storm in their early years. Williams with it. There's Jones. A deep shot.
That's
no
a good defensive start. Possession right there for Seattle, forcing the shot and then the board.
Jewel Lloyd, quick catch and shoot feed from Brianna Stewart, and it's 3-0 Seattle.
Watch out. You know what happens when Jewel Lloyd hits that first shot. She thinks that the basket looks like the ocean. Watch out.
Well, and Seattle has been very, very good when Jewel Lloyd hits her field goals. In wins, Jewel Lloyd shoots 55%. In losses, Jewel Lloyd shoots 29%. And here's a rip and a run out by Natasha Howard all the way into the lane and misses the bunny.
Yeah, she couldn't get the proper angle. Give credit there on the fly out and the defense.
Strickland with the quick trigger 3 off the glass, and she kind of has a little laugh with that as she heads past.
Hey, you know what? You got to give it to her. The big smile, because she was the one that hustled down to make Natasha hear her footsteps and get in her way to change her angle.
Sue coming around the screen right to left. Pull-up jump shot. She's so adept at that. This one comes in and out. Thomas against Clark. Now switched off on by Brianna Stewart. Hands off Agumake inside. Stonewalled by Brianna. Forces the tough shot. Nicely done by Brianna Stewart. Here comes Sue on the push. Finds Jewel Lloyd. Catch and fire again. Oh. Catch, fire, and hit again. 6-3, and Jewel Lloyd's got all 6 of them.
She has hit a 3 in every game this season. She's been in double figures every game this season. And I think for Jewel Lloyd, this is a marquee type of game between the 2 best teams in the league so far. And she wants to show up, and she certainly is showing up and showing out right now.
Ball out of bounds, far side. Shakina Strickland will inbound. Free throw line extended. Box set for Connecticut. Jasmine Thomas will get it from a screen and a split of the double team and the feed to Agumake. Nicely done by Jasmine Thomas.
Yeah, that was just beautiful. The veteran of this team, 7-year veteran, entering this season.
Brianna directing traffic against Agumake. 12 on the shot clock. There's Sue with it. Hippity hop dribble, skip it back to Brianna. One dribble and up from 16 and hit Brianna Stewart, knocking it down. And we saw the mid-range to long-range game finally come alive for Brianna, because she's been scoring plenty of points at least, but most of them have been inside 15 feet.
We can shoot the threes. Stewie is a good outside shooter, but sometimes you just need to get into a rhythm, and she was in a rhythm with that 30-point outing against Chicago.
NBA 3 this time, no good by Thomas, snatched down by Seattle. Seattle doing a great job on the defensive glass thus far. Catch and shoot, Alicia Clark in transition. That seems to be the money spot right there over on the left wing.
They knew they wanted to get back. They wanted to run against Connecticut. Make them burn energy to get back defensively and get out to the shooters. And right now, Seattle has come out and played their game plan to perfection.
As a child, I always wanted to be the WNBA, but I never thought I could.
Dolson shows her range.
I was shy, awkward, a little chubby. The basketball was definitely my niche.
Taken down by Dolson.
Being in the WNBA, I've been able to inspire other young girls and help them with their confidence. I always take care of people, especially with my teammates. Now they call me Big Mama Steph.
Hi,
I'm here to work.
I get a quarter for doing each chore. Mommy gives us money for saving. I put my coins in a giant piggy bank. Chocolate piggy bank. I have 3 picking bags that are full. I'm saving up to buy one of the My Little Pony dolls. I want this ball that's a frisbee and a ball. And I only get a cart, a pineapple cart.
Did he just say a pineapple car?
A stuffed animal, penguin, a kitten, a cat, Nickel-chan, a house, a motorhome, like a big one. I probably need to keep saving my money for that. A big baseball field, and a big tour, and a big basketball tour, and a big playground. What? I like saving my money, but I also want a pony.
Hey, Storm fans, join us for the Kaiser Permanente free community practice hosted by the city of SeaTac in Seattle South Side at Seattle Christian School. And SeaTac on July 12th at 6 o'clock. Meet the players, win prizes, and more. Visit stormbasketball.com/community practice to learn more. Dick Fain along with Elise Woodward, Seattle. Little deja vu maybe for Kurt Miller and Connecticut because they were outscored. They gave up 65 points on Wednesday night in the first half, and they have given up already 11 points to Seattle in the first 3 minutes and change here. But then the Connecticut defense really locked up against Washington on Wednesday night, and they almost came back and won. They were down by 30 in that game and almost came back to win.
Well, I do think that whichever team plays better defense is going to have the advantage as Sue Bird knocks that 3 down. Both of these teams can score and score big points and a flurry of points, but can you limit the flurry to an 8-0 run instead of a 12-0 run? And it may not look like great defense when you look up and you've given up 85, but if you score 90, that's all that matters.
Seattle 4 for 4 from behind the arc, and 3 different Storm players have hit threes. Alicia Clark and Sue have 1, and this young lady has 2. Jewel Lloyd kicking off to Sue Bird, driving baseline. Bounce it to Natasha Howard. Into the corner, nice save by Alicia with 10 on the shot clock. Here's Howard with it. Makes something happen off the dribble. Can she do it? She draws contact and almost got the 3-point play. Good, strong move.
And for Howard, when she sees that Jonquel Jones at 6'6" is guarding her on the perimeter, she's not going to shoot over the top, but she does a great job going into the lane and drawing that contact.
Natasha Howard to the free throw line. 4-2. We mentioned that game on Wednesday. Allowing 65 points in the first half did Connecticut. Rallied from 30 points down to send the game into overtime against Washington, but lost in the overtime. They actually tied a WNBA record for most points ever rallied from to at least come back and tie the game. That was just very, very impressive by this team not to give up. I mean, you're down by 30 in the second half. It's pack it in time, but not for the Sun.
I think it also shows you their depth, where when Kurt Miller started making substitutions and trying to find energy, he had multiple players all of a sudden turn the light on.
Free ball up and over the top, and it's 16-7 Seattle with a chance to go up double figures already in the first 5 minutes of this game. It's a 10-2 Storm run right now.
Connecticut's a long ways from home. It's a long bit of travel. They're going to be tested on this road trip. They've got Phoenix coming up after this.
Oh, Alicia Clark down low, posting up Rachel Banham, and that's a mismatch down there 3 feet from the basket.
Yeah, not from the height department. Alicia Clark's 5'10", Banham's 5'9", but Clark can play with her back to the bucket. She loves to get down on the post.
Here's Jones, back in basket, fading away and hitting. Boy, that's the 2017 All-Star move we saw last year.
She's 6'6". I'm telling you, for those that have seen this league for a long time, this year we're seeing higher scores and more efficiency, and I'm telling you that the level of play in this league is at an all-time high. Player after player, night after night, just ridiculous things. Jonquel Jones is 6'6" and just went step back, fade away, and 1.
And it didn't look awkward at all. I mean, it looked beautiful.
Smooth as butter. I mean, it's just...
It's great to see. And
Love
it's so quick, too. It's not like it's taken 30 years. And really, in the last 10 years, there's just been an explosion. Here's Alicia Clark with it. Spinning, whirling dervish down low, losing handle to basketball. Last touched, however, by Connecticut. Seattle basketball sued a trigger. Jonquel Jones out of the game. All 5 Storm players have scored thus far in this one. There's a catch and shoot from Jewel Lloyd, and a late foul as Morgan Tuck comes over. And Jewel gets hacked in the act. She'll go to the line for 2, this 95% free throw shooter.
And give credit to this on the execution of Seattle on the baseline out of bounds play. They let the play develop, and Connecticut handled the first 1-2 screens, but it was the third one over the top, the last option to Jewel Lloyd, where she popped open. The defense flying at her, and instead she'll pick up the 2 free throws. But they did a good job setting the screens and cutting hard to get her open.
Foul called on Banham, not on Tuck. And there's an unusual free throw miss by Jewel Lloyd, but a very usual offensive rebound by Natasha Howard. Sue, catch and shoot. That's badly missed. Didn't get anything.
Now, and you can see it slip off the edge of her hand.
Yeah.
Well to the left. You don't see that very often from Sue Bird. Nope. She is pure, but that one just didn't quite get it in the right rhythm.
Alex Bentley in for the first time for Connecticut. Poking it free is Alicia Clark. Thomas attacks, kick back Tuck, catch and shoot, little long. Brianna Stewart tips it around, last touch by Thomas, and we'll go the other way. Seattle basketball up 9, 4:30 left to go in the first quarter. And sometimes when you're on the road, you mentioned the long travel, sometimes just a matter of, you know, kind of get the jet lag out of the way. You know, you survive kind of the early storm, sorry for the pun, and that's what Connecticut has to do here in the first quarter. And a nice defensive job there by Jasmine Thomas. Knocking Sue to the deck, but it was perfectly clean. Here's Tuck with it. Driving baseline, Connecticut on Connecticut, and they'll call the foul on Brianna Stewart. Little UConn on UConn crime right there.
The key here is she's still moving. Yeah, she's still
that's
moving.
A block. That's a block.
You got to get your feet set on the baseline and use that as a defender. Just know she can't go anywhere else. If your foot's set on that baseline, she's got to stop and retreat.
The third pick in the 2016 WNBA draft, Morgan Tuck. Free ball in the way is no good from Bentley. Look at Natasha running the other way. Nice feed from Jewel. She's triple teamed down there. Up, fake, and in. We've seen Natasha Howard do that many times this year. She's got a great up fake, and then she's able to gather herself and finish.
And it's another bucket for Seattle before the defense is set. They are pushing tempo and getting buckets because of that speed.
Bentley against Howard. Alters the shot out of bounds. Keep it here? Yes, keep it here. How about this number, Elise? Seattle just killing teams this year on the fast break. They have outscored teams 103-44 coming in this game on the fast break. They are up 9-0 today, so it's now 112-44 on the season.
Yeah, you got to be able to rebound to run, and that's where Natasha Howard has really helped this squad. And right now, against this Connecticut Sun team that gets so much from the rebounding, Seattle ahead at 7-3. I mean, they have dominated in the glass, and that's why they're ahead by 11.
Jewel Lloyd loses handle of the basketball. Good steal by Tuck. Going up against Stewart. Stewart kind of gives her a little olay there, and Tuck lays it up and in.
I'm surprised you didn't try to send that one
up. Especially old teammate. Come on, let's send that in the fourth row. Oh, Sue, beautiful move and scores.
Sue Bird turning the corner, and it's something that she's used more and more this season, and that is jumping off of her right foot to shoot a right-handed lay-in, and it just, that rhythm is throwing the defense off guard.
Strickland misses the three. Tipped around, Sue's got it. Off to the races again. Connecticut is back, though. All 5 players back on defense. Bounce pass Howard. Here's Brianna. Thinks about the three. Now the step back. She knocked that down. That would have been a high degree of difficulty there. Passed up an easier look a second before. Thomas working on Howard. Howard sniffing it out again. Did she get a piece of that, Elise?
I think she might have. She at least altered it.
Here's Sue. No look feed inside to Brianna Stewart. Little sloppy for Seattle in the last few possessions. Up 23-12. Bentley step back. That's a nice looking shot, but a little short.
I think both teams right now are gassed. We've had a lot of action and not very many whistles, and you can see after the last turnover, Sue Bird and Stewie kind of trying to catch their breath.
Here's Howard inside, jump hook, and a beauty. Natasha Howard, she always finds her way to get her 12, 14, 16 points a game. And right now, she's got 6 points and 2 rebounds in her 8 minutes of work. Timeout taken by Kurt Miller. 25-12, doubling them up right now. This is a 7-2 team coming in here.
Well, and that was a long stretch of hoops without a timeout. And give credit to Seattle. They pushed through the tired lungs. They pushed through the heavy legs in those last couple of possessions to double up Connecticut.
Hey, fans, download the Storm app today and access Storm stats, rosters, and standings, as well as an interactive player pick game. The Storm app is free and available to download from the Apple App Store and Google Play by searching Seattle Storm. And as you can see, VIP courtside experience packages are available. This includes courtside seats, parking, concession, team shops, vouchers, free water, snacks, and a post-game autograph pass. For more information, visit stormbasketball.com. Taking a look at the shooting numbers, it is one-sided. As one-sided as the score is, Seattle 9 of 14 at 64%. Connecticut just 5 of 17, 29%. Something I noticed today, taking a look at the numbers, Elise, Connecticut has really cooled off as of late. They started the season shooting 51% from the field in the first 5 games, but now in the last 4, only 41.8%, and you put this 5 of 17 in there, they're down around 40% or so in the last 5 basketball games, so really cooling off offensively.
Well, and I think that they're right now in a stretch of this first quarter where they're not shooting the ball well, but they could definitely, they're a team that can go on a run here and get right back in this thing. You cannot let them have that hope. Now by 13, they have to continue to push at this lead. And I'm sure that's what Dan Hughes is telling them in that timeout.
Runner by Strickland, no good, but the offensive rebound, Shania Gumate,
and that's the killer. That's the first offensive board given up in the game for Seattle.
For either team.
And for Connecticut, a team that loves to board, they get a lot of their offense from it. That's why they've been good.
Are you kidding me with that, Brianna? I mean, that is a picture-perfect fadeaway jumper and one.
Now, Brianna Stewart coming off that 30-point game. And look, this is the double team is coming. She sees it, reverses away from the double with the fadeaway J and foul.
She with the step and the fade, she went back 6 feet and made that shot.
And remember her reach at 7'1". So when she's going up at 7'1" and fading away, I mean, it's impossible to get a hand on that shot.
I mean, it was really good defense. I know they got her on the arm, but they were right there. Williams with it. Between the wickets dribble, now the pull up from 10 feet, up and in. She's a scorer, no question about it. Courtney Williams leading the team in scoring at 14 points a game, and she had a career high and franchise record 34 on Wednesday in that comeback.
Yeah, so she's the player right now feeling so good about her game. Don't let her get going.
Mosqueda Lewis just off the bench, no good. We'll set the roster here for you for Seattle in just a moment. Strickland going in on Mosqueda Lewis, no good. Brianna another rebound. You got Noelle Quinn, Jewel Lloyd at the guards along with Mosqueda Lewis. Courtney Paris and Brianna Stewart are your post players. Quinn to Brianna. Here's Mosqueda Lewis driving into traffic, and they're going to bail her out a little bit with that call. That was no man's land in there where she was going.
And a new rotation for Dan Hughes and the Seattle Storm. We mentioned it. You saw her on the bench a few moments ago, but Jordan Canada, the outstanding rookie out of UCLA, hurting that ankle in the last game and is not able to go here today. And so normally the player that's already in right now, giving energy, providing spark, running the team, playing that point guard role, is unable to go. Wish her a speedy recovery. Thankfully, Noelle Quinn, who spent a good chunk of the early portion of this season on the bench with an injury, is now back and healthy and played some excellent minutes against Chicago in that backup point guard spot.
The shooters just continue to roll off the bench for Seattle. First it was Mosqueda Lewis, and now it's Sammy Whitcomb into the game. So there is not a time where Seattle doesn't have at least one, if not 2 or 3 big big-time three-point weapons on the floor. Agumake uses her body nicely and finishes with the right hand.
Yeah, execution to perfection there. Kick it down low on the roll and hit Agumake, who finishes well in traffic.
Whitcomb, now to Noelle Quinn. 30-18 our score. Catch and shoot quickly as she does. In and out. Oh, just off to the left for Sammy. 4 seconds left to go in the quarter. Long three on the way and knock it down. Are you kidding me? Lexi Brown just crosses midcourt. She'd only been in about a minute and a half, but the rookie sends this one in from deep. And all of a sudden, it's a single-digit deficit, but a quarter dominated by the Seattle Storm, up 30-21.
I think I'm as ready as I can be. I'm ready, but clearly I'm a little nervous. There are so many expectations, like on the sticker, city mileage this, highway that. That's a lot to live up to, but I heard no gas gets better mileage than Chevron with Tech Run. Yeah, no better mileage. It's proven. So that's a confidence builder.
It's proven no gas gets better mileage than Chevron with Tech Run. Care for your car.
So much for my new car smell, guys.
Hey, want the fastest internet? Done. And now Xfinity Mobile's included. You could get up to 5 lines. You could save $400 or more a year, which you could spend on a funktastic music video. Dance party!
Simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet with more speed than ever and TV for $35 each a month for a year when you buy both. And ask how you can save with Xfinity Mobile. Click, call, or visit us today.
At MoneyTree, we make it easy to get the cash you need when you need it. MoneyTree offers payday loans up to $700. Approval only takes minutes.
Fast service. Great people.
We also offer check cashing, prepaid debit cards, and more. Apply online for your payday loan at MoneyTreeInc.com or stop by a MoneyTree branch today.
Thank you, MoneyTree.
Always use short-term credit responsibly.
MoneyTree, your money in time. The big deal from Mattress Firm is backed by popular demand. Save up to $500 on the best brands like Beautyrest and Serta. And bring home your new mattress for as little as $9 a month. Our lowest payments ever, with 0% interest for 72 months. So now you can save up to $500 and enjoy our lowest ever monthly payments. Hurry in, the big deal won't last long. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Hey fans, Storm Fit programs in full swing this summer. From basketball camp, clinics for kids, free community practice with the entire Storm team. On July 12th, we got something for every family. For more information on all the Storm Fit programs, visit stormbasketball.com/StormFit. Nick Fain along with Elise Woodward. Plenty of things to do in the summer here. Your kids out of school yet? Is this today the last day? No, mine aren't either.
More school. It's supposed to be 80 degrees this week. School needs to be out.
Here's the catch and shoot from Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis, who is now 10 of her last 17 from three-point range.
The sun is out, the heat is out here in Seattle with Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis. That shot is just so feathery soft.
Seattle 5 of 8 from three-point range. Agumake against Paris. Good help. Mercedes Russell just sends that back, but the foul, and Dan Hughes can't believe it. Mouth agape, Dan Hughes. He was frozen with his mouth wide open for about 10 seconds on that call. We can get another look at it here. See if she got it. It looked up top, it was all ball.
They called a...
Oh, my goodness.
I think they called her because she went up and got all ball, and her arm hit Shanae's arm. I don't think it affected the shot, but you know, you don't get the benefit of the doubt when you go to block shots most of the time.
Well, and also, it's Mercedes Russell. It's not Breanna Stewart, so maybe a superstar gets the superstar call. And
I'll tell you, Dan Hughes is not going to be mad about that.
No,
it's good
not
instinct.
At all.
It's good weak side. You want her to be an intimidator down there. She didn't get that call, but that's okay. There's no teaching moment there other than just try to stay completely vertical.
Russell off the back iron gets a call of her own.
Correct. And so that's all you can do. You just got to keep playing. Whether or not you think it was a foul, it was called. So you got to go next play. And guess what? On the other end of the floor, she goes up. That's a ticky-tack foul on the other end.
Oh, they called the foul down there on Paris.
That's what I was wondering.
Russell. Okay,
I was wondering.
you.
I didn't see a lot of body, but that's I was wondering.
I was so focused on Russell that I don't think I even saw Paris down there. Russell has been an impressive acquisition. I mean, this might be a steal for years to come for the Seattle Storm at 6'6".
So I think the potential for her is really high. She was slated to be a first-round draft pick for most of her senior season at Tennessee. And then so many other players moving in. I think this will go down as one of the strongest drafts in the history of the WNBA. There are players all over the place. Some haven't made their mark yet because they're on deep rosters, but when it's all said and done, it's an impressive rookie class.
So in a more normal draft, you're saying she may have been a 5th, 6th, 7th pick overall.
Absolutely.
The defense is Williams trying to get rid of it. Mosqueda Lewis comes up with the steal. She's got help. She gets it out, and she kicks it to Sammy. Uh-oh, it's going up quick. Too long, though. Mercedes Russell, great offensive board. Back to Quinn. She'll try her hand at a three. That one's off the back iron. And Mercedes Russell keeps it alive and scores. Dan Hughes pumps his fist. He's like, oh yeah, we made the right move bringing this Tennessee Volunteer to Seattle. 37-22, timeout Kurt Miller. Look at the class work, Elise Woodward.
I love this effort from the rookie. Getting the board, kicking it out, getting the board, kicking it out. Awesome.
At Les Schwab, we give you extra without charging you extra. That means no hidden fees or unexpected costs, ever. Because when it comes to earning your business, we've got nothing to hide. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
The volunteers for King County Search and Rescue are heroes. These volunteers give up time with their family and hours on their job to go out on the call. They don't do this for themselves, but rather out of the goodness of their heart for complete strangers. When they go out on their rescues, they save lives. They saved mine.
Carter Subaru is proud to support King County Search and Rescue. Now get 0% financing only at Carter Subaru.
Wouldn't it be lovely that you love what you do and make money too?
Our industry is growing by leaps and bounds. Massage therapy is the occupation.
When I started here at Cortiva, I realized that this was a passion. This is something I really wanted to do. The staff was amazing, tremendous support.
They worked with me every step of the way.
It's such a rewarding career. I'm a really good therapist, and I know that because of the education that I got here at Cortiva.
My cough was so bad that I broke 3 ribs coughing, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't walk 5 feet. I was getting sicker and sicker. I finally went to urgent care. That's when I met the people at Swedish. I'm used to doing almost everything myself, and now I had to count on people to do these things for me. And it's hard to give up that kind of control. They make you feel like you're the only patient I have today, and we're going to take care of you, and we're going to get you well. I trust these people with my life. I'm very happy with them. I don't want to go anyplace else.
It's summertime, the season to go to your go-to place. And no matter where that is, stop by Les Schwab for a free pre-trip safety check. You'll see why we're the go-to place for tires and brakes, no matter where you're headed. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Welcome back to Key Arena. Quick trigger 3 from Jonquel Jones, top of the circle, right out of the timeout. And the Connecticut Sun have cut the deficit to 12. Seattle basketball. Mosqueda Lewis catch and shoot near three-point range. Uh-oh. You know when those feet get steady and she doesn't think about that shot, you know that about 4 or 5 more of those could be going up tonight, Elise.
Yeah, that was pure and a quick release.
Here's Lexi, already hit one, about 35-footer. This one's no good. Tipped around, and Seattle basketball up 14, where their biggest lead of the game was 15 earlier on. 7:39 left to go in the second quarter.
Ball movement up top, and that's just catch, shoot, and money. For Kalina Mosqueda Lewis, the scouting report is you just never let her get in that the shooter pocket and the shooting rhythm, and that's exactly where she was at.
They're trying to free her again. Russell to Whitcomb. Whitcomb drives in, makes the pass inside, goes out to Paris. Now Quinn, catch and shoot from 18. Quinny's been struggling a little bit. See if she can get her range back. Whitcomb, no good off the back of the iron. Seattle's just firing away right now. This is a rifle range down there on that side of the floor.
And it looks like Sammy's rushing it. That is her shot, and she can make that.
Here's Whitcomb off the steal. Now to Quinn. No look past Mosqueda Lewis. In her rhythm, yes she is! Kalina Mosqueda Mosqueda Lewis is 3 of 4. She leads all scorers with 9. 41-25, the biggest lead of the night for Seattle over a 7-2 first-place team. And here's another rebound.
And that's been the difference in this game. The rebounding for Seattle, 16-9 right now. The advantage on the glass for the Storm. Remember, it's been a rebounding struggle over the past few seasons, but not so this year.
Bounce past Mosqueda Lewis, catch and shoot off the back iron. Maybe got a little bit of a hand on a basketball, altering that shot a little bit.
I like that shot, though.
Yeah.
Feed the hot hand, be aggressive.
Ooh, what a crossover. Jasmine Thomas, that was nifty.
Got in with the right hand, finished with the left hand in traffic. Love when the little guy, just the little guards can get in the lane and finish.
Brianna's going to check back in, as will Natasha Howard. But how about the damage the bench is doing without Howard, without Sue, without Lloyd, and without Stewart in the game? Here's Quinn with it. Oh, no, let's feed inside Russell. Put it up. Yes, indeed. Oh, a little short. But she got the foul. I mean, this... You mentioned the lack of rebounding the last few years, and you're exactly right. You know what else Seattle's had a lack of? They'd have a lack of bench. The bench would come in and get absolutely hammered the last few years, and not only are the bench holding their own this year, they're actually outscoring the opponent's bench this year. Seattle by 14.
Hey, it's Ellen Taylor in Tukwila going to iFly. Let's skydive. Hanging with General Manager Darren Dos Santos. Thank you for having me. What can I expect?
Well, Ellen, thank you for coming in. You can expect to fly today. That's essentially what we're doing.
I've never done this in real life or in virtual reality. Can you kind of give me some tips on, what to expect?
Yeah, well, you're going to come in, you're going to be working with a trained professional.
Okay.
You're going to do a couple of experiences first prior to the actual VR, and then we're going to get you into the VR, and you're going to jump almost anywhere you want.
Now, where is anywhere? Like within the United States, or can I go anywhere in the world?
Well, we have a team right now that are training and grabbing new footage all the time. We have 4 skydives currently. We have Dubai, which is a lot of fun. We have Hawaii and California. We also have the Swiss Alps. So today you get to choose where you want to jump.
I mean, this seems like a one-of-a-kind experience. If someone else wants to enjoy it, where can they go and sign up?
Well, this is it. iFlyWorld.com. This is brand new. Nobody's ever done this before, so we are introducing this to the world.
I'm excited and nervous. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much.
That was awesome.
If you want to experience iFly in virtual reality, check them out in Tukwila.
Growing up in Indiana, you knew the game of basketball. Now, that's what you knew. I wanted to be the best.
Too easy for Skylar Diggins.
Coming back from my injury was one of the biggest hurdles in my professional career. I'd never been without the game of basketball before, so just being out there on the floor again with my team was an accomplishment. I was really proud of that. I'm here to work.
Hey fans, join us next Tuesday for Special Olympics Night presented by Bank of America, and watch your Storm take on Kelsey Plum and the Las Vegas Aces at 7 o'clock right here on Carter Subaru Corda Key Arena. Secure your seats at stormbasketball.com. And I can guarantee one thing. I can't guarantee a win, but I can guarantee you that Seattle's going to score a lot of points in that game, just based upon what we have seen from the Las Vegas defense thus far this year. And the one game that Seattle played Las Vegas, it was actually the 2 games Seattle played Las Vegas. They scored 101 in one of them and 105 in the other one. So expect a lot of points on Tuesday night.
The scoring is up throughout the league this year. I think it'll settle back down, but I love that the high skill level on spread throughout the league is well apparent.
Yep. Good running. One-hander by Jasmine Thomas. She's had a very nice start to this game, 6 points. Here's Mercedes Russell with it. Now Quinn handing off Mosqueda Lewis. Tried to dump it low, a little bit too strong. Taken off by Lexi Brown, coming the other way with it. Bounce pass, good post position by Agumake. Jump hook and good over Brianna Stewart.
Yeah, tough shot by Agumake, fading away, a little jump hook right over her left shoulder.
Little run by Connecticut. Dan Hughes wants to talk about it. 42-31 our score with 5:04 left to go in the second quarter. Hey fans, download the Storm app today and access Storm stats, rosters, and standings, as well as an interactive player pick game. The Storm app free, available to download from the Apple App Store and Google Play by searching Seattle Storm. Well, the #1 scoring team in the WNBA, the Connecticut Sun, at 31 points right now on 43% shooting. Seattle is right up there in scoring as well. They're at 42 already, well on pace for a 100-point night. Connecticut came out in that game on Wednesday and gave up 65 in the first half, on pace to give up about 55 in this one, but we'll see if Kurt Miller can get his team to kind of put the screws down defensively in the second half like he was able to do in that Washington game. Individual leaders tonight, nobody in double figures yet, but very balanced scoring for Seattle. Mosqueda Lewis off the bench with 9 leads the way. Jewel Lloyd with 7, Howard with 6, and 4 players with 5 points. Mercedes Russell, Alicia Clark, Brianna Stewart, and Sue Bird. A little unusual for Seattle. Usually it's Connecticut the balanced team. Seattle usually has their Brianna and Jewel with the big points, and everybody else kind of picks up the leftovers, but very, very good contributions from 7-8 players tonight, at least.
Yeah, it's been a great start for them, especially getting the 9 from Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis off the bench, and then the 5 from Mercedes Russell. We mentioned was just picked up after getting waived earlier in the season.
Bench points, Seattle 14, Connecticut 5. Bench rebounds, Seattle 5, Connecticut 1. So it has really been a dominant effort thus far by the Seattle Storm bench, as all the starters are back in for the final 5 minutes now. Sue and Lloyd, Clark, Tasha Howard, and Brianna Stewart. But you mentioned the rebounding earlier, and you're exactly right. I mean, they're up 16-10 on the glass, and this is a team that was out-rebounded last year by 3 boards a game, and they're at a +3 this year. So that's a +6 rebound differential from last season to this season. That's incredible.
When I think early in this game, when they were able to get out in transition, it was because they were just cleaning up the defensive glass. They did not allow Connecticut to miss and then get their own board.
Howard turns it over, and Lexi Brown's been a pain in the side of the Storm as she feeds inside, and the bucket goes. Seattle now leading by only 9.
That is one that will bug Dan Hughes. Right out of a timeout, you turn the ball over and give up a bucket.
Howard for 3, the answer. That was a big one. Maybe not the shot he wanted there, but he'll take it.
Hey, you know what? When it goes in, it's all good.
That's
and
right.
They needed that. Connecticut had been, on a streak. They'd seized momentum out of the timeout, grabbing that steal and score, and that's a big hit for Howard.
It was an 8-1 run before that 3-ball. Offensive rebound, however, Laney gets it. Just came in the game moments ago. Here's Thomas now. Loses handle of the basketball, but because of a foul on Sue Bird at the 4:18 mark. First foul on Sue.
I love Sue Bird fouls. Puts her hand up in the air and goes, yep, you got me, you got me. And yet there's still fans behind the bench. That wasn't a foul.
Oh, of course. That's what fans do.
Oh, that's funny.
Thomas crossover dribble against Clark, stays right with her. Nicely done there by Alicia, forcing the tough shot. Here comes Sue off to the run. 3-on-3 the other way. Good feed to Natasha Howard and a block underneath. The defense was inside the semicircle. Whether or not it was set doesn't really matter if you're that deep.
Doesn't matter at all. And Sue Bird, I think she sees that defender, and I think she knows that she cannot get there in time. It's a dangerous play. She's trying to get over there and get underneath and take that charge. A huge momentum type of play. But you see bodies flying on that. You always just are glad everybody gets up after a contact hit like that and gets up and is able to go on.
Second foul on Lexi Brown. Natasha Howard to the stripe, hits the first. She's been very good at the line this year, coming in at 81%. And she is 4 for 4 today with 11 points. Brown with it, driving in on Jewel. There was a reach in there by Alicia Clark, but they're going to get Jewel on the foul at 47-33 with 3:55 left.
Yeah, and nobody in foul trouble right now for Seattle. Nobody with more than 1. But there is foul trouble in terms of team fouls. There's still almost 4 minutes to play, and you're going to be in the bonus on the next foul. You do not want to give Connecticut, you got big lead. Don't let them stop the clock and put easy points on the board before halftime.
Here's Thomas with a spin move, feed inside, nicely done there. And Shanae has just been the beneficiary of some really nice assists tonight. Agumake with 11 points, tied for the game lead with Natasha Howard. Lloyd has it to Brown, leaning. Fans wanted a foul there. So did Dan Hughes. Said she was on her arm. Dan's not getting any love from the officiating right now. He's still talking right now. He's gone over to Madge Forsberg after already giving Tim Green an earful. Here's Thomas with a catch and fire and hit. Jasmine Thomas has been nails tonight. 9 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds, doing a little bit of everything in this first half.
And so Seattle led by as many as 16 points. And Connecticut has whittled it down to 9. Still 3 minutes to go before halftime.
Lloyd can't hit that one. Connecticut definitely with some momentum here in the final 3 minutes of the first half. Led by Jasmine Thomas. Bullet pass inside. Fade away for Tuck and gets it to go. It's a 7-point game. Check that, Laney with the basket. Benija Laney, the 5'11 guard from Rutgers.
And now down to just 7. You knew that Connecticut would start to heat up. And it's coincided with Seattle's offense cooling way down.
The 13-4 run, and these shooting percentages getting almost even. Seattle at 52%, Connecticut at 47%. It was about a 15-20% difference. One on the shot clock. Missing the shot is Natasha Howard.
It is amazing how you make your shots and all of a sudden you have greater energy on the defensive end of the floor.
Every time.
Connecticut right there. One of their best defensive possessions, forcing a late jumper by Howard in the corner with just a second on the shot clock.
Here's Jones, double team. The kick out. Big 3 on the way for Lexi Brown. No good. Rattles in and out. That'd have been huge. See if Seattle can answer. Sue, great look at a triple. Oh, heartbreaker for Birdie.
Good look. It's exactly what you want. A little frustration on Sue's face. She wanted that one to go down.
Well, Sue coming in just 2 of her last 14 from 3-point range. 1 of 3 today. Blocking foul on Laney inside. We got wholesale substitutions here for Kurt Miller. Courtney Williams back into the game.
I think Seattle, from a mental perspective, needs to go into halftime ahead by 10 to feel comfortable. Not complacent, but just comfortable. They were ahead by as many as 16, and right now Connecticut has all of the momentum on their side. They've scored, and another bad turnover by Seattle's offense, just not knowing where the team, where they are going to be in that set. And Connecticut has a chance to hold within 4 with a 3-ball here.
5th turnover of the game for the Storm. And the Storm have had these problems this year of really going 6-7 minutes, sometimes as long as a quarter, just playing really sloppy basketball, and they let teams back in it. But here's Alicia Clark on the steal and the foul. Can't get it to go, however, but a nice defensive effort there from Alicia Clark at midcourt.
That was excellent effort. Full denial so that they cannot reverse the ball in their offense. And Strickland just kind of waiting there and doesn't go to get open, doesn't go to meet the pass. And so Alicia Clark, technically perfect, just sticking her left hand in the lane so she doesn't get called for the foul, and then goes off to the races.
Misses the front end.
Which is crazy. She's a 95% free throw shooter this season.
Well, we've had her and Jewel Lloyd miss one today, and they're both 95% free throw shooters. Second one does go down for Alicia Clark. She was 19 of 20 coming into the game. Hannum against Sue. Williams, double team, gets rid of it to Jones. Sue's like, where's the help here? I'm not supposed to be guarding Jonquel Jones. She's got her hands up like, what the heck just happened there? Did you see what happened, Elise?
She was the next pass on ball rotation. I think somebody was supposed to come. She was just hedging out. Nobody ever came to take Jonquel.
There's Alicia with it. Back to Brianna Stewart. 10 on the shot clock, 42 on the game clock. Brianna Stewart gets it to go, 50-42. So Seattle on that 100-point pace.
tough shot by Stewie. She's got 7 now, but she's only got 4 shots. They need her to get more attempts.
Phantom driving in. She can be an elite scorer. There's Laney, catch and shoot and hit. The 3 ball from Benijah Laney. Laney's done a nice job off the bench here. He got 7 points on a perfect 3 of 3 from the field. Seattle playing for the last shot here. They're going to bring Jewel Lloyd around on the wing. Screen and roll with Breanna Stewart. Instead, Jewel comes out. Now she uses the pick. 4 seconds left. Driving baseline. Bullet pass and a beauty to Natasha Howard. That is the way to end a half right there. That was the prettiest play of the first half, and it comes on the very last play in the first half, and it gives Seattle a little more comfortable edge at 52-45. Seattle at 51% shooting, 17 of 33. Dan Hughes has got to like the offense at least. Here's Elise Woodward with the head coach.
Well, Coach, you extended the lead to 16 at one point. What'd you do really well during that opening stretch?
Well, I think not only did we get out of the gate, but then the players come off the bench gave us. But they're a good team. You know, that's going to fluctuate back and forth. And you can see they made a run back at us, and it's going to be that kind of game.
Defensively, it looks like you guys have done a nice job keeping them off balance, especially early. But throughout, they're a team that wants to put points on the board. What do you like, and what do you need to clean up?
Well, the thing we have to clean up a little bit is being able to play transition defense in a way that we're forcing them to play in the half court. When they get some of those quick shots or closeouts on us, that's a problem. The rebounding's so big. Rebounding's going to be a key to this whole second half.
Well, you rebounded really well in the first half. Good luck in the second, Coach.
Thank you.
Stan Hughes, we'll send it back over to you, Dick.
Thanks a lot, Elise. The rebounding started to get a little more even, but Seattle leads at 18-15. They lead the game by 7, and it doesn't get any prettier than that last bucket in the first half. Halftime festivities coming up next.
Charlotte underwent heart surgery at Seattle Children's at just 4 months old. Throughout her childhood, she's had a host of other medical issues. Her family qualified for financial assistance so they could focus on helping Charlotte get better, not her medical bills. When you say yes to Seattle Children's, we can say yes to providing uncompensated care to those who need it most. See what your yes can do at seattlechildrens.org/yes. Hope, care, cure.
Hey everyone, it's me, Sue Bird. Today I'm going to be taking you around to some of my favorite spots in my favorite neighborhood, Queen Anne. But I'm also going to be showing you one of the best new ways to get around town. It's called Line Bike. Stop number 1, Kerry Park, AKA the view from Fraser's condo. By far the best view in the city. Next is How to Cook a Wolf, an awesome little neighborhood restaurant. This is one of my after-game go-tos for sure. Finally, going to drop you off at Bayview Kinnear Park so I can get some shots in. Big thanks to Line Bike for getting us around. Make sure you download that Line Bike mobile app today.
The volunteers for King County Search and Rescue are heroes. These volunteers give up time with their family and hours on their job to go out on the call. They don't do this for themselves, but rather out of the goodness of their heart for complete strangers. When they go out on their rescues, they save lives. They saved mine.
Carter Subaru is proud to support King County Search and Rescue. Now get 0% financing only at Carter Subaru.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Halftime is brought to you by Swedish, the official medical care team of the Seattle Storm. Extraordinary care, extraordinary caring. And supported by Carter Subaru, planting a forest one test drive at a time in Shoreline, Ballard, and at cartersubaru.com. Now let's take a look back at the incredible impact of Ann Donovan.
We have a great group right now. We're really young, we're really talented, and at the same time we have some veterans who are kind of leading us, showing us the way. And I don't know. I think we have some great things ahead of us this season. If we can, put 2 and 2 together, we could really be pretty good. So
you look at every championship organization, and it takes, the players who are ultimately going to lead the franchise on the floor. But every great championship team also has a head coach who knows how to win and knows how to motivate and inspire their players. And really felt like Ann was just a great coup for us to bring her in, and particularly when we were looking at kind of where Lauren was in her career, trying to develop as a really pretty new player in the WNBA, and for her to continue to learn and grow her game under somebody like Ann Donovan was just a great opportunity, both for our organization and really for Lauren, our star player.
It's been a lot of fun so far. The Storm fans have been here for hours waiting for this to happen. The players slowly made their way from the Furtado Center. Ann Donovan is up there now addressing this crowd.
Okay, I have to share this with you because it was an email that came through from a friend of mine this morning, and it's just so appropriate. Life only demands from you the strength you already possess. These girls possess a hell of a lot of strength, and so does the city of Seattle.
This is up there with anything I've ever achieved, simply because of how the story played out, with the energy in that building, every player playing well. And as a coach, I don't know that anything will ever come close to this.
Hey, Coach, Simone Edwards here. I have a confession, okay? I have a confession. You remember how you find us if our phones goes off in meetings? And you remember that very important meeting we have during that championship time? And the phone went off. Guess what? It was Adia Barnes, Adiabarnes. It's her. You have been such an influential person in my life, a good mentor, a good friend.
Coach made my dream come true back in 2007, and I will be forever grateful. I'll always carry a part of her as I continue to coach for as long as I coach.
We had so many great memories, obviously, the 2004 championship season. So many stories, so many good times. It took a lot to get Ann mad, but it happened on a couple occasions, and notably there was a road trip to Houston, and I think we got our butts kicked by about 30-odd points. And Sue Bird, you'd remember that road trip, and yeah, we deserved it. I can't express in words just how much she meant to us all, and how much we'll miss you, Ann. Shine brightly up there.
So I switched to CenturyLink Internet. It's great. My price is set for life.
For life?
For life.
They can't do that.
Yeah, no contract either.
What, no contract?
No contract.
They wouldn't do that. No, they wouldn't do that.
We did that.
Guys, I'm telling you.
Introducing CenturyLink Price for Life Internet with no contract, no bundling needed, and no rate hikes. Keep your rate as long as you keep your plan. Switch now at CenturyLink.com.
Welcome back to Key Arena. Dick Fain along with Lise Woodward. We're at halftime. The Seattle Storm offensively doing some great things, putting up 52 points, but a nice little run by the Connecticut Sun in the second quarter really chopped in half a big-time lead by the Seattle Storm, and now they only lead by 7, 52-45. So tell me what you saw that you loved in the first quarter from Seattle, and then what they went away from in the second quarter.
Well, I think it all goes back to that rebounding, and Dan Hughes talked about it. When they rebounded early, they were able to get the ball off the glass, push tempo, push outside for Alicia Clark to hit a three. Jewel Lloyd hit a couple of threes. Natasha Howard got a couple lay-ins. They were out pushing tempo and scoring easily, and that really fed their energy. They didn't rebound quite as well in the second half. They turned the ball over. And when you don't score as well, then all of a sudden Connecticut can rebound and get out and get easy shots, which was what Dan Hughes said upset him. This is exactly the kind of game that we expected.
Yeah.
It is two of the best scoring teams in the league, number 1 and number 2 statistically, and it's 52-45. It's exactly what we thought was going to happen.
And you mentioned when you hit shots, you play a little better on defense, and boy, oh boy, were they hitting shots early.
Yeah, they certainly did. Jewel Lloyd came out and hit back-to-back threes to start the game, and then everybody started getting hot for a while, Alicia Clark, and in that first half, the Storm jumped out and just kept pouring it on. At one point in the first half, led by 16. The bench came in and played really well, and it was really the last 5 minutes when the starters came back in where they couldn't really close out that deal. So, look, Connecticut's really good. This is going to be back and forth all the way down to the wire. And I think, and I will say this, it's going to be which team can rebound better in the second half and which team can get just 1 or 2 more stops. I think these two teams are so good and efficient offensively that you're not expecting them to play great defense by the numbers, but you just got to be a little bit better.
4 of their first 6 for 3 for Seattle, but only 2 of their last 8. We saw a great retrospective, a fantastic job by our production staff putting that together on the passing of Ann Donovan. And I know, I was a friend of Ann, but you were a very close friend of Ann. Maybe just talk a little bit about your memories of the great coach in person.
Yeah, I mean, I think for this community, she was great. And I think those that remember Ann remember how graceful she was. They remember what a legend she was, Basketball Hall of Famer. I vividly remember as a young girl watching her with the Olympic team in '84 and '88. And then for me as a young little girl who she was one of my idols, to get a chance to be her peer in some ways, as here working with the Storm broadcast and traveling on the road, she was such a kind and gentle soul and so good to everybody. She was so humble, even though she was a legend. And I had a little baby. My baby was born the year of the championship, and I traveled on the road with her, and she was so kind and so sweet to me and my kid, and she would hold him and coo over him, and she had such a great heart, and it is really hard to have her be gone so soon. And she was just at the Hall of Fame ceremonies, and which is so good that she got to reconnect with so many people. But she left such a huge impact on this game. And everybody remembers she's 6'8", and she had this dominating presence on the court, but off the court she had this great sense of humor, so smart, and just really one of the sweetest people you'd ever meet.
Absolutely, and brought this city their first championship in 25 years, 1979 to 2004. We love you, Ann Donovan. Second half coming up next.
I went out running with my wife. About 10 minutes later, I find myself on the ground, barely able to walk. I had 3 different arteries that had dissected when I was being led away to surgery. I remember my wife just falling to the ground. It was the only thing that mattered in my life was my wife. And I couldn't take care of her. And this nurse just went back and hugged my wife on the ground. To this day, I never thanked her, but it means the world to me.
I get a quarter for doing each chore. Mommy gives us money for saving. I put my coins in a giant piggy bank. Track the piggy bank. I have 3 piggy banks that are full. I'm saving up to buy one of My Little Pony dolls. I want this ball that's a frisbee and a ball. And I only get a card, a pineapple card.
Did he just say a pineapple car?
A stuffed animal. Penguin. A kitten. A cat. Nickel-chan. A house. A motorhome, like a big one. I probably need to keep saving my money for that. A big baseball game, and a big tour, and a big basketball tour, and a big playground. What? I like saving my money, but I also want a pony.
our platform to help, inspire the younger generation.
We're all here to serve in some sort of way. We're not just here to be basketball players.
At once, we were little girls and we had role models that we looked up to, so kind of being in that position now, it's an honor.
Halftime has been brought to you by Carter Subaru, planting a forest one test drive at a time in Shoreline, Ballard, and at cartersubaru.com. And by Swedish, the official medical care team of the Seattle Storm. Extraordinary care, extraordinary caring.
Back here in a Dick Fan along with Elise Woodward. Time for the third quarter, but let's take one last look at our halftime statistics. Storm 52%. They were way up in shooting on Connecticut, but that thing evened up quickly in that 20-11 Connecticut run in the last 6:58 of the second quarter. Individual scoring, Natasha Howard leads it with 13 points. Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis off the bench with 9. Jewel Lloyd held to 7 points and 4 rebounds in the first half of action. Connecticut only shot 9 of 23 in the first quarter, but 10 of 17 in the second. Seattle, meanwhile, 11 of 17 in their hot first quarter and just 6 of 16 in the second quarter. And Sue's shot is blocked, and we're heading the other way with Connecticut. John Cole Jones inside. Shot blocked by Alicia Clark. At least she thought it was blocked by Alicia Clark. And they're going to call a foul on Alicia. Good feed inside. Ooh, lot of basketball there, folks.
Oh, yeah, Alicia Clark knows she got all ball on that one.
Even our friends watching back in Hartford, Connecticut, watched that and went, yeah, okay.
When you're 5'10" and you go up and you just clean check Rockwell Jones, who's 6'6" and can dunk it on your head when she wants, you get pretty fired up. She knows she got her, but it won't go down in the stat book as she did.
And it's a 5-point game now.
And remember, Seattle struggled coming out of halftime the other night. They were really poor for the first 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then finally got it together. You don't want to have that kind of a repeat with energy and effort to start this half.
Clark driving in. She might have gotten a little bit of a makeup there because there wasn't a ton of contact, but she put it up and in anyway, and she's got the and one opportunity.
Well, that'll make her feel a little bit better after not getting credit for the block on the other end.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot there.
Not a lot on that one, no. She made the bucket.
Yep. Second foul on Shakina Strickland, and the free throw goes down. So you'll trade 2 for 3 on one end.
But I just think for Seattle, it's the answer. And not allowing Connecticut to go on the 6-0, 8-0, 10-0 runs.
Thomas driving into the lane and scoring. She has been tough. As you see the scores of the 2 other games today. How about Natasha Howard going the other way? Can't finish, and she'll go to the free throw line.
She was an absolute blur on that play. Remember, Natasha Howard is 6'2", and she just was sprinting.
Good free
She's
throw
so
shooter.
long and wiry, and when she gets moving in the open floor, she is fast.
Fouls on Williams, her first. You saw the scores tick through there on the bottom of your screen. Los Angeles goes to 7-2. They beat Washington tonight, 97-86. Candace Parker, 23 points, 7 rebounds, and how about this? 11 assists, a career high for Candace Parker in assists, a near triple-double there. And Deladon, 18 points in the loss, and then Dallas took out Vegas, 77-67. Liz Cambage continues her all-star campaign, 28-18 for the Aussie. 9 on the shot clock. 9 minutes left in the game clock here in the third. John Cole Jones against Breanna Stewart. Jumping it low, Agumake. That is a really nice post-to-post pass there. That's some talent down there in that 4 and 5 Connecticut has on their team.
Yeah, I think their front court now with Shanae Agumake, who missed all of last season with an injury. And Connecticut surprised people last year and really made a move. And now they get Agumake back. And she's a player that is extremely talented. Out of Stanford, Pac-12 Player of the Year. Of course, you know what her older sister Nneka has done. She's been able to stay healthy, where Shanae has been bugged 2 different big-time injuries that haven't allowed her to go.
Here's Lloyd, well short. Offensive rebound, Breanna Stewart. Sue tries her hand on 3. There it goes for Sue Bird. Not much follow-through there, but she still got the rotation and got it to go. Sue Bird on the game with 8 points, 2 of 4 from behind the arc.
Yeah, she expects so, she expects every shot to go in, and it doesn't. But, man, I think you're surprised when Sue Bird's open threes don't go down.
Jump shot up and in. As Connecticut continues to answer, but there's an answer from Breanna Stewart herself. And Seattle's back up 9 now, 63-54. Stewart with 10 points on 1 of 2 from long range. Agumake, hand off Strickland. Oh, dump it low to Agumake. That's just a brilliant two-player game there.
Yeah, that was great offense by Connecticut. Good ball movement, cut into the hoop, options to score everywhere.
Back to Sue. Better not let her get open. Oh, short there. Strickland.
Again, you think that one is
yeah,
in.
They look good. Here's Thomas. Loses handle the basketball. My goodness. And was she scared by Alicia Clark coming in?
I don't know, but Sue Bird reached out like she was going to stop the break and foul. They didn't call it. And she turned around and then just got lucky. The ball skipped out of bounds. Just lucky that ball
reminds me
skipped
when
out
I was
of
like 10 years old and I play one-on-one with my dad, and I'd go around, and he'd let me go around him, right? And I'd get up for a layup, and he'd just go, ah! And I'd miss it because I was like, what are you scared of? It just seemed like that's what happened on that shot. 65-56. Another jumper goes down. It's a 9-point Seattle lead.
And this is a good stretch to start the third quarter for Seattle. Out of the timeout or out of the intermission, coming out with that same energy they started the game with.
10 points for Sue Bird, 10 on the shot clock. Sue nearly with the pick there. Thomas has it. Skips into the corner. Agumake feeling it in the third quarter. Shanae Agumake starting to play like that all-star she is. She's got that potential. 18 points on 8 of 11. Jewel Wood right around Williams. No good there. Natasha Howard over the back. That's the right call.
That'll be frustrating for Jewel Lloyd. Excellent move to get to the hoop using her quickness. And the weak side defense never comes. I think she was almost surprised by it. Had a kind of a tough angle on the baseline to bank it. But she'll make that shot almost every time.
Third foul on Howard, so make sure she doesn't pick up a fourth here in the third quarter. She'll be all right. Thomas against Clark, posting up as Agumake. I want to get her the rock. Here's Williams. Agumake with big eyes. She's like, give me the ball, give me the ball. They're still not giving it to her. Williams has it. Back to Thomas. Here's Thomas. Long range three. That's just a bad possession. Agumake was open 3 different times in the post. They didn't even pass it to her one time.
Get it to your bag.
Absolutely, especially when she's smoking right now. Kurt Miller. You hear Kurt Miller yelling, and he says, I don't want that. Well, that's kind of what we were saying. Lloyd has it. Feeds Alicia Clark. 12 on the shot clock. Now here's Jewel. See if she can get her offensive game going. Alicia now bad spacing by Seattle in this possession. See if they can make chicken salad out of something else, and they do. It was not pretty, but they got the bucket anyway. 67-58.
Natasha Howard brought here for defense and rebounding, continuing to find ways to score. So impressed. Now leading the Storm with 17.
Offensive rebound for Thomas, and she puts it up and in. She's got 13. Brianna topside, looking back door to Jewel. But good open by Courtney Williams. Here's Sue with it into the corner. Alicia Clark, dribble drive, kick. Stewie. It was the no-jump jump shot. Did you notice? It looked like a jumper, but I'm not sure she even got off the ground.
Well, the impressive thing is Connecticut completely overplaying the passing lanes, and Seattle didn't panic. They didn't turn the ball over. They worked it with ball fakes and got the shot they wanted.
Stewie with the steal, and Sue sealed off the right side. Sue is really playing good off-ball defense in this half. Here's the 3 ball from Jewel, no good. Well short. Jewel struggling, 2 of 7. We mentioned in Seattle wins, Jewel shoots 55%. In Seattle losses, she shoots 29%. And she's much closer to that 29% right now than she is to the 55. 3 ball in the way is good. It's 69-63, Seattle by 6. Sue, back out Howard. Catch and shoot 3.
Oh.
How about Natasha Howard tonight?
She's got 20 now.
2 of 2 behind the arc. She's got 20 points. She had a career-high 21 against Vegas, and she's got plenty of time to eclipse that tonight.
Somebody fill out your most improved player ballot. I mean, Natasha Howard has to be right at the top. A trade that brought her over from Minnesota, and you didn't really know because she was playing with so many veteran stars, but what a perfect fit here.
But a fourth foul on Howard. Seattle by 9.
I think I'm as ready as I can be. I'm ready, but clearly I'm a little nervous. There are so many expectations, like on the sticker, city mileage this, highway that. That's a lot to live up to, but I heard no gas gets better mileage than Chevron with Techron. Yeah, no better mileage. It's proven. So that's a confidence builder.
It's proven no gas gets better mileage than Chevron with Techron. Care for your car.
So much for my new car smell, guys.
The big deal from Mattress Firm is backed by popular demand. Save up to $500 on the best brands like Beautyrest and Serta. And bring home your new mattress for as little as $9 a month. Our lowest payments ever, with 0% interest for 72 months. So now you can save up to $500 and enjoy our lowest ever monthly payments. Hurry in, the big deal won't last long. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
At Money Tree, we make it easy to get the cash you need when you need it. Money Tree offers payday loans up to $700. Approval only takes minutes.
Fast service. Great people.
We also offer check cashing, prepaid debit cards, and more. Apply online for your payday loan at MoneyTreeInc.com or stop by a Money Tree branch today.
Thank you, Money Tree.
Always use short-term credit responsibly.
Money Tree, your money in time.
As a child, I always wanted to be the WNBA, but I never thought I could.
Dawson shows her range.
I was shy, awkward, a little chubby, but basketball was definitely my niche.
Taken down by Dolson.
Being in the WNBA, I've been able to inspire other young girls and help them with their confidence. I always take care of people, especially with my teammates. Now they call me Big Mama Steph. I'm here to work.
Hey, fans looking for a great way to enjoy Storm basketball, but like that little dude right there? The BECU Early Saver Zone gives fans discounted general admission tickets starting at just $10 for kids like that, $15 for adults. Visit stormbasketball.com/Early Saver for more information. Dick Fain along with Elise Woodward. Seattle led by 7 at the end of the half. They lead by 9 right now, 72-63. Seattle at 53%. And Connecticut at 53%. They finally have evened the shooting up on Seattle. At one point this game, Seattle was at 60, and Connecticut was in the 20s. That was near the end of the first quarter. Third quarter shooting, both teams pretty hot. Seattle 7 of 12, Connecticut 7 of 9. And the reason why mainly is Shanae Agumake, and she gets it again, puts it up, misses, but is fouled and will go to the line.
Good execution by Connecticut and knowledge of the shot clock. They got the ball to Agumake with 1 second left. Nearly a violation, but instead she picks up the foul and will head to the line.
Well, and that's good coaching by Kurt Miller out of the timeout as well, because Agumake was red hot, and then for about 3 minutes, none of the guards wanted to give her the ball. And so we get the timeout, and Kurt's like, listen, you're going to get the ball. See that number 13 down there that's been scoring all the points at the beginning of the quarter? Go get her the ball in a position to score, and they do.
Agumake with 20. Sasha Howard with 20, but remember, she picked up that 4th foul, so she's sitting. She's going to have to sit for an extended stretch.
Courtney Paris into the game, kicks it back to Breanna Stewart. Stewie looking for Bird. Around a Stewie screen. Pull-up jump shot. Shot blocked by Jasmine Thomas. Ooh. You never like those undercuts. That was very inadvertent, obviously, as Sue was falling down, but you never know when you can get a leg caught. Fortunately for Jasmine, she was okay there and just flopped over Sue. So Jasmine Thomas walked to the line as Seattle's already over the limit here. We've got bonus shots for Connecticut. Second foul on Bird. Noelle Quinn back in the game. It'd be good to see Quinn knock down a jumper here. It's been tough for Noelle the last couple games. Coming back from injury. Just not right offensively yet. Got 4 assists today, but has yet to knock down a jumper.
So you see Thomas doing a good job as soon as Bird leaves the game. She's denying Quinn, pressuring Quinn, using that speed to try to disrupt.
Down to a 5-point lead. Here's Paris inside. Double team. Kick back out to Quinn. And we got a whistle and a foul. You see Noelle get up the shot, even though it was after the timeout. She just wanted, or after the whistle blew, she just wanted to get up a shot, see if she could see one go through the rim. Skata Lewis has seen a few go through the rim tonight. She's back into the ball game. Skata Lewis 3 of 5, 9 points on the game. Hit one from behind the arc. There's a runner by Jewell, no good. Snatched down by Connecticut. Coming the other way, Thomas. Thomas surveying, skip pass over the top. Here's Laney behind the back dribble. Good strong move on Quinn. Can't get it to go. Tipped around. Jones gets the rebound. Brianna Jones puts it up, no good. And there's Paris in there. A lot of strength in there between Jones and Paris. Quinn to set up. 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. Seattle by 5. This is as close as Connecticut's been since the early stages of this ball game. Here's Lloyd with it. Back to Paris. Hand off Lloyd. Tough step back. That one's off. Jones with the rebound. They can make it a one
Stewart only
deficit.
has 6 shot attempts in this game. They gotta get her more looks.
Thomas for 3. Look out. We got a 2-point game. Connecticut came back from 30 down against Washington. Didn't win the game, but came back to tie it up. They weren't down 30 in this one, but they were down 16. And it's a 7-0 run and a timeout by Dan Hughes. Let's see if Dan Hughes wants a 30 or a full. It'll be a full timeout.
I think Connecticut's defense right now is doing a nice job on Seattle in their pick and rolls, but Seattle has not been patient enough. Find Brianna Stewart, get her some touches in the post and see what they can do with that. High post, low post, see if they can get her, and then if depending on what the defense is doing, then you drag her out to the 3-point line. But Brianna Stewart, who had 30 points in the last game, has got 12, but she's only had 6.
She's 5 of 6. She's only missed one time.
Like, give her the ball.
And she's never missed inside the 3-point range because the one shot she missed was a 3-ball.
Yeah, they had a pick and roll with Jewell and Brianna 2 possessions ago, and they got the switch that they wanted, and Jewell Lloyd had the big on her, and so she went into the lane. It was a pretty tough shot, but it's a good decision. But you just got to, sometimes you got to manufacture points and attempts for your big and see what is going to happen. You just don't know until you give them the ball.
Hey, Storm fans, get the newest Nike gear available at the online team shop. Visit stormbasketball.com and gear up today. Dick Payne, Elise Woodward, glad you could join us here in Seattle on Joe TV. Thanks for joining us in Hartford, Connecticut as well. The Connecticut Sun fans back on the East Coast staying up late at night to watch their team come back again. And that's what championship caliber teams do. It doesn't matter if they're on the road, doesn't matter if they're down 30 like they were against Washington, doesn't matter if they're down 16 like they were today. Back in this ball game, it's 72-70. Boyd against Williams. Now Brianna Stewart. There's the design from Dan Hughes. Get it inside to Brianna and 1. It's just what Kurt Miller did the last time out. Get the ball to your scorer inside, and Dan Hughes does it here with Brianna.
And she had a double team coming. Watch here. Everybody hedging and picking, and then finally the double team comes, and Brianna Stewart, so good with that offhand, scores off glass with the left.
Brianna hits the free throw 75-70. That was a big answer of that Jasmine Thomas 3 at the other
good
end.
timeout by Dan Hughes, designing the play for one of his superstars and getting the result they needed.
3 timeouts apiece left for these coaches. Jones, kick back Brown. A lot of bench players in the game right now for Connecticut. 3 ball on the way, tipped around. No, Brianna still tries to save it, goes into the Connecticut bench. You always hold your breath when you see that, but she's all right. 14 on the shot clock. 1:41.
Watch right here. Who does this go off of?
Tough. Long-range jumper, no. Courtney Paris, the rebound. Seattle on the push. They have not really pushed the tempo since the early stages of the game. They do have 16 fast break points, but 9 of those came in about the first 5 minutes of the ballgame. Stewie, 5 for her last 5. How about 6 of her last 6?
Hey.
Why not?
How about give her the ball? I like it. I like it. Now 7 of 8 from the floor. She's got 18 points on 8 shots.
And now the crowd back into it. After sitting on their hands for most of the second half. Agumake against Brianna. Good D, even better offense. What a pretty move.
That was an awesome move by Shanae. Just in the washing machine, getting Brianna Stewart to bite on the up fake.
Spin cycle. Mosqueda Lewis with it. Now to Paris. Fakes the handoff. Now gives it to Kalina. And how about the little English on the backboard?
Courtney Paris with a beautiful feed. Some post players don't have that touch. She does.
She's got a great understanding for the game, too. It's not just physicality with her. Brianna Stewart coming across the timeline.
Got good patience. She could have just rise and fire there at the top of the key, but you can get that shot anytime you want it.
Quinn with 10 on the shot clock, 17 on the game clock.
They need to get something going here, though.
Yep, Jules got it.
Just wasted.
40 feet from the basket. Got to force one up and does. Misses the shot. Bad possession there for the Seattle Storm.
That was odd. The Storm wings just got caught down trying to get screened up to go to the wing. It wasted 10, 15 seconds on the shot clock. That's too bad. That's a possession that you just, especially right before the third quarter, you could have gone up by 10 or 11.
It's the first turnover in the third quarter for Seattle. Brown's got it. She hit one to end the first quarter. This time she gives it off to Agumake, who is just killing Seattle. 2 seconds left. Midcourt shot for Noelle Quinn. Can't get it off in time. And we got a ball game heading into the final 10 minutes of regulation. Seattle 80. Connecticut 74. Back to Key Arena on a hot Friday night right after this.
At Les Schwab, we give you extra without charging you extra. That means no hidden fees or unexpected costs, ever. Because when it comes to earning your business, we've got nothing to hide. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Every day, men and women from communities across this nation serve as Reserve Citizen Airmen.
I am proud to defend our nation.
Proud to be part of a team that helps make a difference.
I am proud to be part of something larger than me and to serve my country.
We celebrate those who have served and those who are proudly serving in the Air Force Reserve. Our mission is to fly, fight, and win in air, space, and cyberspace.
I am proud to be a member. I am proud to protect our...
Proud to serve in the U.S. Air Force Reserve.
Wouldn't it be lovely that you love what you do and make money too?
Our industry is growing by leaps and bounds. Massage therapy is the occupation.
When I started here at Cortiva, I realized that this was a passion. This is something I really wanted to do. The staff was amazing, tremendous support.
They worked with me every step of the way.
It's such a rewarding career. I'm a really good therapist, and I know that because of the education that I got here at Cortiva.
At Les Schwab, we give you extra without charging you extra. That means no hidden fees or unexpected costs, ever. Because when it comes to earning your business, we've got nothing to hide. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Storm basketball is presented by Swedish, the official medical care team of the Seattle Storm. Extraordinary care, extraordinary caring. And supported by Carter Subaru, planting a forest one test drive at a time in Shoreline Ballard and at cartersubaru.com. NBECU, the official credit union of the Seattle Storm.
Well, sometimes down the stretch, it's just about which team can get their hot scoring threat the ball in better opportunities. And Shanae Agumake was 5 of 5 in that quarter for 13 points for Connecticut. And Brianna Stewart was 4 of 4 from the field with 11 points in that quarter. And it just kind of feels like one of those two is going to win the game for their team tonight.
Shanae on the floor to start this fourth quarter. Brianna Stewart getting a rest.
There's Williams with a catch-and-shoot. Ooh, heartbreaker there for Connecticut. Snatched down by Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis.
We'll see the bench really played well for Seattle in the first half. Mercedes Russell out there right now, along with Quinn and Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis.
Confidence in this bench shown by Dan Hughes. And rightfully so. There's not been a lot of confidence in the Seattle bench the last few years, but that is why Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis, just a different basketball player than she was last year. Certainly a different shooter.
Yeah, and you know what? When you throw the ball around the horn and it's Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis who's sitting in the corner pocket, you can't let her be the one to get that last pass and shot.
Jones against Russell forces it up and in.
Seattle's offense on the last possession was brilliant.
Mosqueda-Lewis now to Quinn. At Russell inside instead. Why not go to Kalina? Ooh, this one's off. But right there's Jewel Lloyd. And Jewel has missed 8 shots in a row, Elise. Something's going on with the confidence there of the Mamba.
Now that one she just short-armed it. Tried to be too soft with it.
Oh, and Laney right to the rack. I mean, her limited minutes tonight. Laney, 4 of 5. 7 points, 3 of 4, 7 points in 13 minutes of action. And first foul on Russell. So Laney to the free throw line. The 5'11" guard from Rutgers, Benijah Laney. And Alicia Clark's going to come back in. She's going to replace Jewel Lloyd. We'll give Jewel a few minutes rest and then see if she can get going offensively in the last few minutes of this game. You're certain that you haven't seen the last of Jewel tonight.
Yeah, just 2 of 11. Just hasn't found her touch after hitting those 2 threes in the first quarter.
Good rebound taken down by Natasha Howard. Mosqueda-Lewis with that last shot, season high 14 points. 2 of 3 from behind the arc. Whistle on a foul. It's going to go on Laney holding Alicia Clark. You can hear Kurt Miller say, Benijah, take it in the chest. Just take that punishment and maybe you can get the call. Russell will come to the bench. Brianna Stewart back into the game. So now both of the offensive stars of this one in the game. Agumake and Brianna. Goes in on Jones. Kicks it over Quinn. Back to Brianna. Pump fakes Jones right out of the way. Flips up a shot from 15. No good. Tipped around. And Laney's got it for Connecticut in a 5-point game.
Yeah, good offense. It was a good shot for Stewie coming off the bounce.
Here's Agumake. To Brown. Thinks about it. Now fires well off to the left side. And Alicia Clark come down with it. Yes, she can. Seattle on the run. 4 on 3. Here's Mosqueda-Lewis. And one from behind. The contact on the shot. I wasn't sure if it was going down because there was a little contact to alter that 3 ball. But the way Mosqueda-Lewis is shooting now, nothing is getting in her way.
I don't think she had any idea the defender was trailing. No. Most of the time your team's yelling wolf as she gets the shot off and you're thinking, oh man, it's going to get blocked right here. Here she goes. You think, oh, it's going to get blocked. Somehow she is so strong that she continues her motion for an and one from the 3-point line.
And a 4-point play for Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis, and so far that is the biggest possession of the basketball game. Mosqueda-Lewis has got 18 on 6 of 9.
And just 1 shy of her career high of 19, and keep feeding her. Feed the hot hand.
Absolutely. Have a little 2-player game with the 2 UConn Huskies, huh? Little Brianna, Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis action. Here's Quinn with it. Trying to bring Brianna to the post. They get her there, and Dan Hughes hollering for a foul off the ball and finally gets Madge Forsberg to give it a call.
Yeah, it's so hard when you're trying to check Breanna Stewart because she moves so well without the basketball, and you just want her to stay here. Just stay here. Let me just get position on you, and she doesn't. She continues to move, and the referees call it. She gets held quite a bit.
Here's a feed from Mosqueda Lewis into Howard. Got to get out of that key, or you're going to have the same 3-second violation you got last game that was questionable. Here's Stewart with it. 4 on the shot clock. Got to get it up. Turn and shoot. Mosqueda Lewis does. Off the rim. No good. It was an awkward possession, to say the least, for Seattle. Inside 7 to play. Sue to come in for the stretch run here at the next dead ball. Feeding Agumake inside, and nothing is stopping the Stanford Cardinal tonight inside, particularly in the second half. She has made her last 7 shots in a row.
28 for Agumake on just 15 shots. Her efficiency right now is ridiculous.
There's Breanna with it. On face, good D by Jonquil Jones. Ooh, they're going to get the foul on Jones. I'm not quite sure what she could have done differently. Season high and a career high for Shanae Agumake, at least with that last basket.
Yeah, she has really played well tonight. And it's another one where she's only got 15 shots and 28 points. If I'm Connecticut, I'm trying to have her get touches. Sometimes it doesn't mean shots. You just got to get touches, and the whole defense has to react. If you're not double-team Shanae Agumake right now, she's going to score it. If you're not double-teaming Breanna Stewart, she's going to score it. It makes the whole defense have to react, and then other players get wide open looks.
Jonquil Jones with her 4th foul. Here's Breanna.
Double team there. Who's open? She finds her.
And Clark hits the 14-footer.
Wide open. It's just, sometimes it just makes it look so easy when your big can pass out of a double team.
5 players in double figures now for Seattle. Clark, Stewart, Howard, Bird, and Mosqueda Lewis, and there's a turnover. Breanna with the interception. Here comes Sue the other way. She's got Mosqueda Lewis in the corner. Instead, she goes to Stewie, who pulls up the step back, no good, tipped around. Natasha Howard can't come up with it. Connecticut basketball down 7. Just feel like this is a big stop here for Seattle, and they can't get it, as Jasmine Thomas has been icy tonight. She has really hurt Seattle. Thomas on the game, 9 of 16, 23.
Now, where Connecticut is known for that balance, today it's been 2 big scorers. Thomas with 23, Agumake with 28. Jones only has 10, that's it.
Sue feeds it to Clark, tipped away and out of play. It'll be Seattle basketball after this timeout. We expected a high-scoring game, we got one. We expected a close game, we got one. Stick around, Seattle by 5.
I get up every morning, fix a cup of coffee, and then sit down and watch U13 News. The way that Travis and Alex present the news, even if it's bad news, they make it good. They fit into the community. They're real people. They show their feelings, whether they're happy or sad, and they genuinely care about the news that they're presenting to us. It's just a good way to start the day. I love it. I'm Donna from Cedar Woolley, and I'm all local all morning.
The big deal from Mattress Firm is backed by popular demand. Save up to $500 on the best brands like Beautyrest and Serta. And bring home your new mattress for as little as $9 a month. Our lowest payments ever, with 0% interest for 72 months. So now you can save up to $500 and enjoy our lowest ever monthly payments. Hurry in, the big deal won't last long. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Acrobatic save. What a save by Fry! Falls in the back of the net. I don't even think the comeback's done. What a comeback! And the Sounders have got the leveler. Big drive, it's Dempsey. Dempsey remains the man for the big occasion. A deuce for deuce.
fans, help us protect our house during all 6 home games in June. Take advantage of tonight's steal of the game. $20 lower baseline tickets for any game in June and enjoy up to 40% savings. Tickets now available by visiting stormbasketball.com. Dick Fain, Elise Woodward with you. Glad you could join us. Around the country on NBA TV, locally here on Joe TV as well. As Seattle holds on to a 5-point lead right now. And it's like a game of Twister going on at the free throw line there between Brianna Stewart and, my goodness.
No, you don't like to see that.
No, Shanae's been
I
over.
thought Shanae has played. She started this fourth quarter, and I don't believe that she's come out. Brianna Stewart got a couple minutes of rest. But Shanae Agumake looked pretty gassed when she was heading to that timeout. She has been working at a really high rate. You just wonder if she could push through the get some stamina right now. I mean, this is when 5.5 minutes left.
You are exactly right, Elise. Shanae played 16 minutes in the first half. She has 31 right now. So that is all 15 minutes of the second half.
So sometimes it's amazing those, even a 30-second breather. And now she's coming out of a timeout so she can catch her breath. But Kurt Miller leaves her in for the final 5:26.
That was an away from the ball foul for 1 free throw. Seattle can get the 3-point play, but how about the 4-point play? Natasha Howard puts it up and in, and Seattle, Elise, has the opportunity for their second 4-point possession of the quarter. You don't see one of those every 5 games, and they're getting 2 in the quarter here if she makes this free throw.
I don't even know if it's 5 games. I mean, that's a rare feat, but Seattle will take it. Connecticut has hung in there and hung tight. But Seattle, that's a huge turn of events coming out of that timeout to go up now by 9.
2 4-point possessions for Seattle. They have racked up 8 points on 2 possessions, and they hold a 9-point lead. Here's Bentley driving in. Mishandles the basketball on the pass, and here comes Alicia Clark. Sue with it on the push. Driving, pulling up, off the back iron. Mosqueda Lewis has got it. Dan Hughes wants the reset. Seattle's going to take some time. 4:55 left. Brianna's got it. Now to Sue. Surveying, kicking it to Natasha Howard. Back to Sue. 3-ball dagger at the base, at the buzzer. No good. Offensive rebound again. Sue's going to test her hand again. Get in there. No good.
She can't believe it. She cannot believe it. Shakes her head, but I appreciate the body language. She's not going to fret. She's going to get back and play deep. Tight game.
Thomas with it. Lay it up. No good. And the foul. Are they going to get Mosqueda Lewis? They are.
I mean, Sue Bird is one of the purest shooters that you're ever going to see. You see her right there with her hand on her face. I mean, these are just automatic looks for her, but she's human. She can't make everything.
And a technical foul at a very inopportune time for Kurt Miller of the Connecticut Sun, who has been known to get animated, especially here in Seattle. I can't speak for how he gets elsewhere. I can just speak for what I've seen here in Seattle, and he likes to get himself animated. That was a very costly potential point right there, as it's now 94-84. And Brianna Stewart with 20 points.
Kurt Miller realizes that this is an important game. It is just June.
Right.
But this is the #1 team, Connecticut in the East, the #1 team, Seattle in the West. They both have 7 wins this season. If Seattle wins this game, they'll have a half-game lead over Connecticut. It's a big game. And you can tell right now it's crunch time. 4.5 minutes to go in this one. And an 8-point hole for Connecticut to try to crawl out of with just 4 minutes and change remaining.
You just need efficiency now. Efficiency on offense. Take your 15, 20 seconds. Be efficient, get good shots, go to the free throw line. And already over the limit is Connecticut. Seattle's going to be shooting the rest of this game. And Sue Bird's got it, and that is 5 on Shanae Agumake.
And I like this for Sue because she's had some open looks that she doesn't even think about. She just nails. They have not gone down.
Well, they haven't gone down for a while. I mean, we mentioned in 2 of her last 14 coming in from behind the arc. She's now 4 of her last 21. So it's not just tonight. It's been a struggle for her.
That was rushed.
Yeah.
My thought was that she's such a good foul shooter. Just get in a rhythm. I think right now she may be aiming just a little bit instead of just shooting the way that she normally does. Just fire.
That
there
one
she
was
goes.
a lot better.
And it's funny, the little things that'll get you going. Sue Bird is your killer now in the clutch.
Yeah.
And you need her to have a positive frame of mind because she's going to hit a big shot.
Thomas with a 3 ball. She has been nails. 28 points for Jasmine Thomas tonight. And that ties a career high for Thomas. Got a lot of career games tonight. Natasha Howard. An offensive foul on the screen that's going to go on Natasha Howard.
Yeah, Natasha Howard did not get her feet set. She's trying to go up, hit the screen so then she can roll. Natasha and Sue Bird work so well together, but just a little bit too much contact up there on that high pick.
That's the 5th on Howard. So both of the big guns inside. Howard for Seattle, Gumake for Connecticut with 5 fouls. Boy, is that the shot Kurt Miller wanted? Jonquel Jones is center, taking a fadeaway 3.
Yeah, she can hit the 3.
She can. That was a tough 3, though. Not really in the rhythm of the offense. Here's Howard with it. Mosqueda Lewis, who has been tremendous. Alicia Clark, skip pass to Sue. Over in the corner to Brianna. Back to Sue. Got to get one up. She will with 1 on the shot clock, and she's fouled. And she'll go to the line for 3. Wow. 1 of 2 on the shot clock, and Sue's going to the strike.
But I like this possession because Seattle went to the weak side with Kalina Mosqueda Lewis, Natasha Howard, Alicia Clark, and that left Brianna Stewart in one corner and Sue Bird on the other wing. Which one are you going to leave open on the rotation?
Right.
Which one are you going to do that? And, you know, Sue Bird smartly getting that shot off, but man, Sue Bird just right now just cannot find her shooting rhythm.
This could get it to a 3-possession game. Still the clock not a tremendous factor, but beginning to be a factor, particularly if you can get up to about a 9 or a 10-point lead. Then it really becomes a factor. It's 7 right now. With all 3, she would have erased the Jasmine Thomas 3, but instead she gets just 1, but they get the rebound, loose ball foul on Brianna Stewart. I did not see what happened there. I was watching the ball and the collision between Howard and 2 Connecticut Sun players, but they got Brianna Stewart. So this possession will take it inside 3 minutes. Ogumake's got it. Now Courtney Williams has been quiet tonight. She's the leading scorer on this team coming in at 14 a game. Skips it right to Alicia Clark. Great interception. Sue now with 3 minutes left. To Mosqueda Lewis. Comes around to Brianna screen. Nearly throws it away and does throw it away. Good hustle there by Connecticut's Alex Bentley.
Seattle's giving Connecticut way too many opportunities here. They got to close the deal.
Thomas again for 3 for 31. Misses that one. Offensive rebound, Williams. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Agumake up fakes and puts it in. It's a 5-point game. Connecticut hanging in. You feel like, hey, you better get at least 100, or it's not going to be enough if you're Seattle. So you probably, and they just throw it away again. My goodness. Timeout on the floor. Jewel Lloyd's going to check in after a long, long stay next to Dan Hughes. They're going to need her offense coming up.
Basketball. Now that's what you knew. I wanted to be the best.
Too easy for Skylar Diggins.
Coming back from my injury was one of the biggest hurdles in my professional career. I'd never been without the game of basketball before, so just being out there on the floor again with my team was an accomplishment. I was really proud of that. I'm here to work.
He was born at 31 weeks, so 2.5 months early. Going through a C-section in a way was a little traumatic for me. One night, the nurse helped me go to the bathroom, and then she helped me walk me back to my bed, and I just started crying, and I was like, I have never been this weak in my life. She's like, it's okay. That's to be expected. To be that vulnerable was really hard for me. Even though maybe I knew it would get better, I just needed to hear it.
The volunteers for King County Search and Rescue are heroes.
These volunteers give up time with their family and hours on their job to go out on the call. They don't do this for themselves, but rather out of the goodness of their heart for complete strangers. When they go out on their rescues, they save lives. They saved mine.
Carter Subaru is proud to support King County Search and Rescue. Now get 0% financing only at Carter Subaru.
Seattle Children's a proud sponsor of the Doppler train, a key arena tradition. Seattle Children's mission is to provide hope, care, and cures to help every child live the healthiest and most fulfilling life possible. We thank Seattle Children's and their support of Storm basketball and children everywhere here in the Pacific Northwest and around the country. People send their kids to Children's Hospital here in Seattle from everywhere, not just the Northwest. 2 timeouts left for each side. Big stop potentially here for Seattle. Connecticut scores it as a 1-possession game.
Howard with 5 fouls on Agumake.
Now on Thomas, the pull-up no good. And Sue's got it. Big rebound by Sue. How much time do you take here? Do you just get the first best shot, or do you milk it all?
Oh yeah, no, you need a bucket. That's what you need.
Clark with it, throwing it into Brianna. Tip, and that is 6 on Shanae Agumake. She doesn't like it, but Shanae is done after a career night. I want to stand up and applaud Shanae Agumake. I mean, 30 points tonight on 13 of 16 from the field. She was magnificent.
I tell you, she's going to need an ice bath after this one. She worked her tail off in this one. You can just tell she's at exhaustion.
She
made
her last 9 field goals of the game. And to be honest with you, I don't think she shot enough. She didn't get enough looks. I mean, 16 shots.
13 of 16. Have yourself a night, Shanae.
Wow.
But I do think that when you're playing that hard for that many minutes in a row without a breather, that you get tired and you reach out and you foul a little bit. And she fouls out of this game. They need her right now.
Here's Williams with it. No good on the shot. Gets her own rebound. 14 on the shot clock to Jones. Who do they go to offensively? Probably Jasmine Thomas. Instead, it's Bentley for 3. Tipped around and Stewart's got it. Alex Bentley is 0 of 5. And they don't get the ball to Jonquel Jones or Jasmine Thomas. Man, 1:17 left. This possession feels like it if Seattle can score. Howard with it. Skip past Clark. Inside. Beautiful feed to Brianna Stewart. Put it up. No good, but she gets fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Oh, I thought that was going to be another 3-point play. That right there is exactly what you want to see late in a game. Ball movement, find Stewie, double team coming over. Jonquel Jones, the weak side actually. At 6'6", rotating over and a shot blocking. I mean, she can get up. But with 5 fouls, Jonquel Jones going up, trying to get that block. Instead, she's out of the game now. So Connecticut's going to have to go without their starting front court.
And Brianna Stewart puts the free throw down. She is 7 of 7, 23 points, tied with Natasha Howard. How about the bigs for Seattle tonight? Howard and Stewart, both 7 of 10, 23 points. Jasmine Thomas, like a bullet, but Brianna Stewart gets the block, but they say some body as well. And Jasmine Thomas goes to the free throw line. Thomas with a chance for 30. You might be beating the Connecticut Sun with both Agumake and Thomas going for 30 points in a game.
They put 91 points on the board. And they're right now down by 8. That's what I said. You weren't going to have great defense in this game when you looked up at the scoreboard, but you had to get a couple of critical stops. And Seattle with a 7-point lead, they've given up 92 points, but they've scored 99.
So a career high for Thomas, 29. A career high for Agumake, 30. A career high for Howard for Seattle, 23. And one off a career high for Mosqueda Lewis with 18. 59.6 left. Let's start if you're Kurt Miller, what's he telling his ladies?
Well, I think they need to get the ball. They need possession. So it's going to be pressure defense, deny all over the place, and then quick fouls. And I think, when they're on offense, it's going to be push and get 3-point looks as quickly as you can.
Hey fans, join us next Tuesday for Special Olympics Night presented by Bank of America. And watch your Storm take on Kelsey Plum and the Las Vegas Aces at 7 o'clock right here on Carter Subaru Court at Key Arena. Secure your seats, stormbasketball.com. There's Jewel Lloyd. Not her night tonight, but it looks like her team's going to win anyway. It's not over yet.
And I like that. Get the ball to her, 90% free throw shooter.
No 5 count, women's basketball, so you're good. She can just hold it up there. Here's Lloyd with it. Pull it, pass inside Howard, and the career high just gets higher and higher and higher. 101-92 Seattle. Pull up Williams, no good. Seattle's got the basketball, and they will have the win. 26 seconds left, a 9-point game, and Sue will go to the free throw line.
Natasha Howard. 25 points, 5 boards. You talk about efficiency. 8 of 11 from the floor for Howard, and the quick cut to the hoop on the last possession, sealing the deal.
Sue's free throw. It ain't pretty tonight for Sue, but she got that one to go.
If you know Sue, her self-talk right now, just under her breath. What she's saying to the ball.
Might be some choice words that we won't be able to repeat on the air.
She's probably not too happy with that ball tonight. It has not been her friend tonight, but those two are rattling home.
26.4 left. Seattle 103-92. Seattle now has gone over the 100 mark 3 times this season. They did it both times against Las Vegas, 105-98, 101-74. They've also put up 95 against Chicago, 90 against Dallas, 96 against Chicago. So this is the 6th game this season. Seattle has scored over 90 points.
Well, the impressive thing about this win to me is that they had 2 of their starters and 2 of their stars have off nights. They put 103 points on the board anyway. Sue Bird right now will tell you that's probably her worst game of the season. 4 of 14, 2 of 7 from 3, and 4 of 7 from the line. She couldn't find the bucket tonight. And Jewel Lloyd was 2 of 11. So when you can manage to put 103 points on the board when 2 of your big 3 can't find the bucket at their normal rate, that's impressive.
Thomas again trying to add to that career high, can't do it. Stewie's got it. I doubt Kurt Miller will choose the foul here. Lloyd's got it. She will hold. 6 seconds left. And Seattle has got a huge statement win over the #1 record in the WNBA, and that just flip-flopped because now Seattle's 8-3 and Connecticut's 7-3. 103-92. The final score. What a game for the Seattle Storm tonight, Elise.
Good production from their bench. Melina Mosqueda Lewis with 18 off the bench, and Natasha Howard with a career-high 25, and it was a total team effort today for Seattle in a statement win.
8-3, second best start in history. Tied for the second, and you know what happened those other 2 times? Well, 2004, 2010. They got rings those 2 years. 103-92 the final. Good night, everybody.